Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time. And not too many players are left from that squad 5 years ago. But this new group is looking to write a new chapter of Eagles lore.
Yeah, we certainly all remember that performance in the win over New England. Nick Foles throwing for 373 yards, catching the Philly special that will go down as one of the most iconic play calls in Super Bowl history. Now they're back and looking to make it 2 titles in 6 years.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts got his man complete over the middle. That's Watkins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Throwing is Hurts. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
You can't help but continue to marvel at how well this man's career has gone so far. Now in his 5th season as KC's starter, he's never missed a conference title game, and he's taking the field in his 3rd Super Bowl. Simply dominant, it's easy to envision him being one of the top quarterbacks for many years to come.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he gets it up past the 35. One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. sees that the ball is moved to the middle, and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Frank Clark, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here's Brent Kern now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 51 yards on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Let's play. Let's play now, baby. Let's play. Let's go, man. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. On play action, it's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down at about the 48. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Let's go, boy. Let's go. Come on now. Let's have some fun. Let's get something going now. Come on.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
And I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
This time they stay on the ground, and he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackled by Avonte Maddox. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you on out. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Second down, McKinnon. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all or nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half, and they came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, when you pointed out to me at half, seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Well, this is Smith with a grab. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And a little floater there is incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
3rd quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Eagles have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the fourth quarter. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Let's go.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again, and the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Second down, back to Sanders. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
can't stop this. What's the deal, y'all? Let's go. It's what?
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Hey, what we got?
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Pay attention. Let's go. Let's play it. Let's play now, baby. Let's play. Okay, ready?
Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
I don't know why we did it, but we went to their final walkthrough for some reason. And what did we see? Their last play in walkthrough was taking a knee and celebrating winning a Super Bowl. They want that visualization. They did it for real.
Yeah, they just scripted it out. Defense can't stop the clock, and they can watch the final seconds tick. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.